بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين وصلى الله وسلم وبارك على عبده ورسوله الأمين نبينا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. The Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam went into organizing Medina and the relationship between the Muslims and the non-Muslims. Throughout his time in Medina, the people of Mecca, of Quraysh, the polytheists, began to evaluate the situation. And they discovered that this was not in their very best interest. Though those who were causing problems for them and were insulting their gods and idols were away and far from hearing what annoyed them, yet they were a potential threat to the people of Mecca. And that is why they started by intimidating the peoples of Medina. They started sending them messages, threatening them, and telling them that if they do not get rid of Islam and the Muslims, that they will come with a very big army to annihilate them completely. And they started correspondences with the head of one of the mushrik groups there, and he was the famous Abdullah ibn Ubay ibn Salul. And this man was not a Muslim at the very beginning, but after a while, when he saw that the Muslims are getting stronger and stronger, he pretended of being a Muslim, accepting Islam, and he was the head of the hypocrites. The people of Mecca wrote to Abdullah ibn Ubay, and Abdullah ibn Ubay accepted their threat, and he gathered his companions, the non-Muslims, and they wanted to go and attack the Muslims and have a war with them. The Prophet ﷺ knew about this. So he himself took the initiative and went to talk to these people coming to wage war against the Muslims. And he told them, is this the best you can do? The people of Quraysh would not have dreamt that you would actually go and kill your own brothers and sons, because the Muslims were among them all, and there had not been one single house without followers of Islam. So by coming in and trying to fight Islam, you're actually trying to fight your own family, your own brothers and sons. So with this wisdom, with this nice way of logicking them, they accepted it and they dispersed. Alhamdulillah. Also, Quraysh at the time, the tribe of the people of Mecca, used to have their correspondences with the Jews of Medina. And they were also threatening them that if they do not get rid of the Muslims, if they do not stop cooperating with Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, that they themselves will come and destroy them altogether. Now, you have to remember, these intimidations and these threats were from the people of Quraysh. They are used to intimidating the Muslims. They've been doing it for the past 13 years. Now the situation is different, because for the past 13 years, the Muslims were ordered by Allah not to attack, not to fight. They were ordered to be patient and try their level best to stay alive. But they are not to move into the offensive side. When they went to Medina, this was abrogated, and they were instructed to fight in self-defense, only those who fight them. Unfortunately, nowadays, the trend among lots of the people who call others to Islam is the defensive side. So they say, no, we do not attack except those who attack us. We just defend ourselves. And this is true in normal circumstances. And this was the case at the time of the Prophet ﷺ in Medina. But on a later stage, that was also abrogated, and it was mandatory and obligatory for Muslims to fight those who stand against Islam and who stand against the spread of the message of Allah the Almighty. And if you compare apple to apple, you will find that we're not the first. Now, look at all the other countries in this world that wage war against other nations and cross the Atlantic and cross continents. For what?
It's always justified as well.
It's always justified, but from their point of view.
Yes.
As we can see, it's a matter of wealth and oil.
Yes.
So, however you try to justify it, it's at the end of the day, it's for your own benefit.
Sheikh, there are some who say all forms of fighting is not justifiable. But if you took fighting out of human nature, then actually the world will be quite corrupt, because there are people who need to fight to survive. In normal societies, fighting is sometimes needed to repel evil people.
That's completely true. And nothing would explain this better than the biography of the Prophet ﷺ and the seerah of the Prophet. Now, people usually wage wars in order to get more room, more land.
And power.
Yeah. Political reasons, economical reasons. This was definitely not the case in Islam. People in Islam were not forced to convert to Islam. And whenever you find a battle of the Muslims against the non-Muslims, you would find that it was not politically motivated. It was not for financial reasons. It was for a simple and just cause, and that is to spread the word of Islam.
Also, I believe Islam also has more in its agenda when it comes to fighting. It's also to suppress the outspread of evil in society. And Islam is, you can say, a group of humanity who fights for humanity without them actually realizing it. Because without Islam in its presence, most society would not understand the level of, religion towards God and His duties.
Okay, but this is also an issue of relativity. Because what you see evil, I may not see it to be evil. Yes. So someone would bring up the allegation of saying, well, this is not evil to me. So you're trying to force me to do something that is not evil to me. Well, Islam has values